good here.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Elijah Jones, and I am a part of the inaugural PA cohort of 2025. I'm going to repeat that. Yeah, there you go. Clap it up. These people have worked hard, and the faculty have supported us, so there we go. You see, the long white coat ceremony is a testament to 28 months of hard work, dedication to the PA profession, and to patient care. Before we begin this evening, I'd like to extend a warm welcome to the Dean of the School of Graduate Studies, Dr. Meharry Lindsay. Reverend Robert Hall. Our keynote speaker for the night, Dr. Jacqueline S. Barnett. The founding program director and chair, Professor Michelle Drumgo, known as PD. There we go. And our esteemed faculty, staff, family, and friends. Before we begin the evening, I also want to say that we'll have our first speaker of the night, Brittany Lamore. You can start with our invocation.
Good evening, everyone. As you know, my name is Brittany Lamore, and I am also a part of this amazing inaugural cohort. I have the pleasure of leading the invocation tonight, so if you could please silence your phones if you haven't already. Close your eyes and bow your heads. Dear Heavenly and Righteous Father, we thank you for bringing us to this meaningful day, the day we receive our long white coats, symbols of our commitment to healing, compassion, and service. The moment marks not only a transition, but a promise to uphold the trust placed in us as physician assistants. We ask for your blessing upon each of us, our classmates, our faculty, our mentors, and ourselves. Grant us wisdom as we continue to learn, perseverance in the face of difficulty, and humility in moments of success. May our hands bring healing, our hearts show empathy, and our minds remain ever open to growth. We thank you for the families, friends, and loved ones who have supported us, who have lifted us up, prayed for us, and believed in us. May they continue to walk with us on this path. As we take on the responsibility of this white coat, help us to remember the words of Galatians 6:9. Let us not grow weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. May these white coats remind us not of prestige, but of purpose. Let them be a daily symbol of the compassion we pledge, the integrity we uphold, and the selflessness we strive to embody in every encounter. As we move forward together, may we be shaped not only by knowledge, but by the character we build and the lives we touch. May our journey be marked by grace, guided by empathy, and strengthened by a deep and abiding commitment to serve. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. Thank you.
Beautiful words. Thank you, Brittany. Next up, we have remarks from the Dean of Graduate Studies, Dr. Meharry Lindsay again.
Good afternoon, graduates, families, friends, faculty. Today we gather to celebrate a tremendous milestone at Meharry Medical College and the School of Graduate Studies, and that is the long white coat ceremony for the physician assistant class of 2025. This ceremony marks not just the end of your academic journey, but the beginning of your professional career. To each of you donning a long white coat today, congratulations. You have persevered through rigorous training, long nights of study, and countless hours of clinical practice. You have demonstrated your intelligence, your resilience, your compassion, and a deep commitment to the service to others. These are the values that are the heart of Meharry's mission and the PA profession. As you step into your next chapter, know that you carry with you not only the knowledge and skills that you have gained here, you also carry the hopes of the communities and patients that you will serve. You are entering a field that demands both heart and intellect, and we are confident that you will rise to meet the challenges with excellence. The School of Graduate Studies celebrates you today. and we send you forward with pride and with purpose. May your careers be filled with meaningful moments, continued learning, and a profound satisfaction of making a difference. Always remember our motto, worship of God through service to humankind. Congratulations again, and may your white coats always remind you of the trust, responsibility, and honor that come with the path that you have chosen. Thank you for being a Meharryan and a PA.
Thank you. Now we have remarks from the clinical director, the person we've all emailed the most during clinical year, Professor Destiny Fowler.
Good evening, everyone. It is a true honor to stand before you all during this long white coat ceremony for the physician assistant students of class of 2025. With graduation just around the corner, today marks a powerful symbolic transition to your entry into the next chapter of your journey, no longer as students, but as colleagues and peers. I want to take a moment to reflect not only on where you're headed, but how far you have come. I remember some of you in Skills Lab shaking hands as you tried to tie your first suture knot on a practice pad during intro to surgery. There were a lot of nervous laughter, some frustration, and more than a few knots that did not hold. Fast forward to clinical rotations, I have preceptors sharing stories of those same students assisting confidently in the operating room, holding retractors, closing incisions, and being trusted members of the surgical team. I think of how you hesitated when you first interviewed your standardized patient, unsure of what to say, trying to recall your differentials while also trying to make eye contact. And yet, during rotations, preceptors shared stories of how you comfort a patient in the emergency department or caught a subtle clinical sign that changed their clinical course. This is the growth that we celebrate today. You've done so much more than pass exams or complete skills. You become clinicians who show up, who listen, who question, and who deeply care. You become professionals who understand that medicine is more than about what you know, but it's about how you show up for others and their most vulnerable moments. About a year ago, you received your short white coat and prepared into clinical rotations, and you took the PA oath. While today's ceremony is not when you recite it again, I encourage you to carry it with you in your decisions, your tone, and in your care. That oath called you to serve with integrity, to put your patients first, and to respect their dignity, while also pursuing lifelong learning. Those values are not just words, but they are the foundation of a meaningful, ethical, and fulfilling career. Your long white coat is not just a symbol of readiness, but is a reflection on how hard you've worked, the early mornings, the long nights, and the compassion that has shaped you to who you are today. It signals the world and to yourselves that you are prepared, not just to practice medicine, but to embody it with heart and purpose. We, your faculty, have watched you evolve. We have challenged you every single day and supported you and cheered you on along the way. Now, with deep pride, we welcome you to the profession, not as students, but as our peers. So congratulations to the class of 2025. Please wear your long white coat with pride, and let it remind you of how far you've come and the incredible impact that you are about to make. Thank you.
Thank you for that. Proceeding on, we're going to have a student reflection from the 2024 AAPA Student of the Year. Everybody, Jade Norman.
Good evening. To Dean Lindsay, our esteemed faculty and staff, dedicated preceptors and mentors, cherished family and friends, and of course, my incredible classmates. My name is Jade Norman, a candidate in the inaugural Meharry Physician Assistant Sciences program, graduating class of 2025, where I have served as Director of Community Engagement and Outreach. Today, I have the utmost honor of delivering student remarks and want to start by thanking PD, the faculty and staff, and of course my classmates for entrusting me with such a privilege. As I prepared my remarks, I searched to find one word that adequately describes my class and our journey, our personified mission, tenacity, and resilience. Initially, all I could come up with was a lot of woo chows and Jabria sighs. But neither is an actual word, so I continue my search. Purposed. Classmates, we are purposed for a time such as this. Many people are hesitant to attend new PA programs, especially as the inaugural cohort, and rightfully so, because as much as the program invests in us, we too must invest in it. What will the program culture look like? Yes, we will drink from the fire hydrant, but do we get a little breather? And arguably, most importantly, will I make it out if I make it in? All of these are fair concerns, but look where we are now. Donned in long white coats, popping our collars, 28 months removed from our uncertainty. A lot more confident in treating otitis media, and now able to define the word ambulatory, not realizing that all along we were purposed for a time such as this. When Meharry suggested that our class name be the Pacemakers, we all agreed that the name fit like a surgical glove. We've cultivated relationships at local schools, throwing school supply drives and block parties reading If You Give a Mouse a Cookie, to kindergartners in between anatomy and pathophys exams, and curated heart dissection labs to expose Black and brown kids to medicine and science. We have placed third in the National PAEA Project Access Competition just 8 months into our program. We have the institution's, that's for sure. We have the institution's first PA student pre-alumni president, Bethany Harris Douglas, and the nation's PA Student of the Year, myself. Thank you. We have traveled 900 miles to New York to be on the face of the Today Show. I'm not gonna get through it, okay. We've sat on anti-racism town halls, planned community initiatives from scratch, restocked blessing boxes, but most importantly, perfected just the right time to beat the students in line for Fried Chicken Wednesday. Yeah, Maurice, we did indeed set the pace for what it means not to only earn a Meharry PA white coat, but to exude the meaning of the white coat. Today truly isn't just another white coat ceremony. It's history, something that will never happen again. A day when a class 100% underrepresented in medicine receives a physical representation of their purpose in medicine as PAs. Meharry was established in 1876, and this day has never happened at this institution. Sit in that class. A day where we add to the 3.3% of certified Black PAs and 7% of certified Latinx PAs, where five more Black men add to the mere 1% of Black male PAs in this country. Where somebody's mama and daddy just got a degree hotter. And truly, a day where once anxiety-ridden pre-PA students who had the audacity to convince themselves that they'd never be in a white coat become the actualization of a dream and answered prayers of our ancestors. Yeah, that's purpose. Undoubtedly, we've had our valleys with our mountains, our ebbs with our flows, and our trials with our tribulations. But we've persisted despite, and I've seen us show up for each other when it mattered most. Whether it was in prayer circles before anatomy exams, sending flowers and holding hands of classmates who grieved the loss of loved ones along the way, sitting at the bedside of our colleagues in times of sickness and hospitalization, showing up to classmates' kids' birthday parties because they're our family too, being there through wedding bells and breakups, EORs and remediations, and everything in between. The list goes on and on. PD always tells us to practice how we will play, because when it's time to play, it's simply a reflection of our practice. As we anticipate practicing clinically during an interesting time in the world, I realize that we may never again find ourselves surrounded by so many Black and brown giants in medicine in one room. Soon, we may enter spaces that bring back the same uneasiness as our former pre-PA selves, But class, I encourage you to rest in this. Let your white coat serve as a physical token of your purpose. Reflect often on your path as a promise of purpose and privilege. Allow your preparation here to be the backbone of your posture. And remember that our shades of melanin are never mediocre, but a sprinkle of magic attached to our purpose that some call cultural humility, often imitated but never duplicated. And never, ever forget that uncommon favor and God's grace and mercy always follows purpose. I can bet my bottom financial $8 that all of my classmates have type A personalities, often planning and worrying about what's next in the moments that deserve our presence. If you're like me, even as I admire the crispiness of my new white coat, I can't help but to hear, "You should be studying for that pants," ring in my mind, even louder than my feet are screaming in these shoes. Now that's impressive. Classmates, I encourage you to be present in this moment and celebrate your achievement. Don't worry about what's behind you, who's not beside you, nor what is coming before you. Sit in this moment and soak it in. No matter what anyone tells us, we have earned this and we are ready. We are intelligent, equipped, skilled, and capable of navigating challenges. We have been prepared to practice. We are the mold, the prototype. We will change this world with passion, pursuits, and purpose. We are Meharry made. Class, you are purpose for a time such as this. Congratulations to the first Meharry PA graduating class of 2025, the Pacemakers. The price just went up.
She did a good job. Y'all see why she won Student of the Year, right? Next up, we have the introduction of the keynote speaker from my classmate, Mallory Pitchford.
Good evening. Dr. Jacqueline Barnett serves as Professor, Division Chief, and Program Director of the Duke University School of Medicine Physician Assistant Program. She is the first African American in program's nearly 60-year history to serve this role and gives honor to Joyce Nichols, the first female PA that graduated from Duke in 1970, and the first Black woman in the PA profession. She is a proud charter member of the Omicron Upsilon chapter of Delta Sigma Theta at West Virginia University. Dr. Barnett is fiercely committed and unapologetic in her advocacy and activism for social justice. She made it her life's goal to engage in activities to improve equity and opportunities for underserved communities and underrepresented populations that have been historically excluded from economic and educational success. Please join me in welcoming our keynote speaker, Dr. Jacqueline Barnett.
Good evening. So you're going to see me take some sips of water from time to time as I'm struggling with dry mouth, but after listening to that last speaker, I'm telling you, my mouth is really watering from all the tears that was running down my face, you know, phenomenal. So thank you so much, Mallory, for that introduction. So good evening again to everyone. Dean Mary Lindsay, PA Program, PD Michelle, Medical Director Dr. Eric Jackson, Associate PD Ms. Kara Carruthers, the esteemed faculty, staff, family, friends, and honorees gathered here today. But most importantly, good evening to the Meharry Medical College Physician Assistant Sciences Program Class of 2025. You are Meharry made. You are the first, the inaugural, primo, uno. Your legacy is forever. Make some noise and give yourselves a hand. Thank you for inviting me to speak at this historic moment, the long white coat ceremony. I want to have some fun today. I've been reflecting just as I've been sitting here listening to the Wonderful words of each student speaker. And thank you so much, PD and faculty and staff, for really making this a student-led event. I think that's very powerful and really good for leaders, for the leaders we're making in the future. I'm going to be speaking a little bit of truth today, so get ready. I'm high energy if you haven't already realized that. I love to celebrate success and bring joy. And let's be honest, with everything going on in this world today, all of us could use a little joy. As she noted, I'm Jacqueline Barnett, the Division Chief and Program Director of the Duke PA program, the birthplace of the PA profession, which began in 1965, nearly 60 years ago. That's my first pause. I am the first Black Program Director, Division Chief at Duke in 60 years. In 60 years, they couldn't find one other person for the job that looked like me, one other person for the job that looked like so many of you, not one. That's a problem. Problemo. That's a problem. Far too often, too many of us have been the first and the only. So today we're going to talk about what it means to be the first, to be pioneers, to be the one that break ground. I told you I was going to speak truth now. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to speak some truth. Now, I'm old school. This is my written speech. It was not created by AI. You see, I'm speaking the lived experience, the Black experience, the minority experience, the underrepresented in medicine experience, and ChatGPT, Copilot, Google Gemini, Claude. They don't understand anything about this experience. They don't understand it. Now, I know Meharry class of 2025 understands because 100% of the class is underrepresented in medicine. You guys know what I'm talking about. When I was a PA student, it was just me. I would go all day and not see another person that looked like me. So me in here today, my heart is like, yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. I was thinking about what I wanted to say to you today, and I was reminded of words from my previous medical school dean. He said that the best remarks and speeches should follow the 4 B's. Be inspirational, be passionate. I have no problem with passion, trust me. Be passionate, be brief. I might have a problem with that. And be seated. He says, and be seated. So I will try to live up to the 4 B's, especially since I'm finally known as Dr. B's. But to do this class, I'm going to need you all a little help. I hear you're an active bunch. Are you an active bunch? I hear you're an active bunch, so I'll be asking you to engage. If I ask you to chat with your neighbor or shout something back, don't leave me hanging up here looking crazy. I'll go back to Duke and be like, those Meharry PA. All right, so class, let's roll. First of all, you did it. Look to your left, look to your right, give your classmate a high five and say, we did it. We did it. Yes, you did. You completed your prerequisite courses, you applied, you interviewed, and that was just to get you to the door in January 2023. Then came the real work. Who in the world thought it was a good idea to start you off with Professor C's pathophysiology and anatomy off the jump? Who did that? Come on, who does that? Talk about pain in the gluteus maximus. Really? Really? In the first month? And then, hold up. And then I hear she tried to make it a little better with taking you all to Las Palmas and giving you some margaritas. Nice try, Mrs. C, but they still had PTSD from those courses. Now, to back it up, I'm not sure if Dr. Elam is in the audience, but I hear Farm 2 was also no joke. Farm 2, no joke? She should have given you all some margaritas, for real. So thank goodness for some of the hands-on courses that PD taught or involved in, where you learned suturing and casting and splinting and injections. I hear Dr. Wyatt was awesome sauce with the Applied Learning Course series. Of course, you still had to get through many other courses: medical research, public health, medical ethics, pediatric and adult clinical medicine. But you know what? You needed that rigor. You needed that intensity. to go out to the clinicals and actually be involved in patient care. You needed that rigor. You really, really do. I hear you completed surgery in Detroit and primary care in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. It seems you all had skippies from the East Coast to the West Coast. Overall, you completed 104 credit hours in 28 months. That is no small feat. It took commitment, sacrifice, dealing with a lot of frustration, and sometimes tears. But that is what success demands. Nothing in life that's worth having comes easy or gets easier. Okay? I want to paraphrase some powerful words from our Duke women's basketball coach. A lot of people don't heard about Coach Mike Krzyzewski, but we got a woman there, Kara Lawson, and she is no joke. She is no joke. She talks about success and dealing with the hard things in life. She says that sometimes we think, whew, once I get through this anatomy test, things are going to get better. Once I finish school and pass the pants, things are going to get better. We think work, life, everything going to get easier. Everything going to get easy. It's just easy. But the truth of the matter is that success is hard. It's hard work. There is no easy bus waiting to come around to pick you up. It ain't coming. I can guarantee you that. It hadn't come for me. I don't think it's come from PD, Ms. C, Dean. It has not come. Your program did not get any easier over the past 28 months. You grew. You adapted. You built resilience. That is what it takes to earn a level of success anywhere, especially in this country, especially if you are URM. It takes work, okay? It takes hard work. We learn to handle hard better. Put it on a t-shirt. Learn to handle hard better. Ask your parents, ask your grandparents. It wasn't easy. They adjusted, right? I believe being an underrepresented minority, we know how to handle hard better, almost better than anybody, because we've had over 400 plus years of practicing doing it. Okay? Let me tell you why I have such deep respect for this institution and this program. It's all about the mission, all about the mission. My grandfather used to say, if you don't stand for something, you're going to fall for anything. You're going to fall for anything. Meharry, as an institution in the PA program mission, lets you know what they stand for. PA's mission is to increase the number of underrepresented students in medicine, to serve underserved communities, to promote equity, justice, and lifelong learning. That mission is why I'm here today, make no doubt. Oh, I love me some Kara, and I love PD. I just met the dean last night. Oh, she runs the smoke. She runs the smoke, okay? But it's about the mission and what Meharry and the PA program stands for.